Okay, between rising costs of food, coming up with meal ideas, and dealing with fussy eaters, packing lunch, can we just agree, like, it's stressful, right? And if those lunches then don't get eaten, it's then frustrating. So registered dietitian Nishta Saxena is here to help us manage lunchtime stress. I'm stressed just talking about it, Nishta. Okay, we're gonna go through scenarios, and you're gonna help us know what to do, how to handle them.
Yes.
Starting off with the kid who brings home a full lunch container. What do we do?
Yeah, so I hear about this all the time in my practice, and it can be very both frustrating and scary. So the thing you have to remember is, especially at the beginning of school, it can take weeks for kids to get into a rhythm of being able to eat their lunch. There is chaos at school, right? The sights, the sounds, hundreds of children together. This can really shut off appetite, and nervous systems can really be jacked up. And so it's very common that children aren't eating their lunch. And so you don't have to worry too much about it, because lunch is actually the least important meal for children. And as well, studies show some children only literally have between 6 to 10 minutes to physically consume their lunch. So there's not a lot of time. What I would say is get your child involved in helping you with actually preparing the lunch. Kids as young as 4 can be interested in putting the items in the lunchbox. And I would also reduce portions. A lot of parents, I see this all the time, are over-serving their children. And then the expectation is, oh, well, my child should be eating all of this. But in actuality, you have to manage your expectations. Your child is not probably going to eat their whole lunch. That's okay. And you have to manage those expectations. Even if they choose the foods they add to their lunch, they may not eat them.
Okay, do you talk to them about it? Do you bring it up?
You can, absolutely. Don't bring it up right when they get home, but, you know, pick a time on the weekend, totally away from the lunch scenario, and just ask them about lunch. How's it going? What's happening at lunchtime? And talk to them and definitely listen to what they tell you.
Okay, so what do I do if I find out my kid is hiding their lunch or throwing that food away and kind of keeping it from me?
Yeah, this is a little bit more concerning. So this to me speaks about a child that has some anxiety, potentially is afraid, and maybe there's a bit of a lack of trust. So again, away from lunchtime, away from, you know, meal times, have a talk directly with your child and listen. Ask them what's happening at lunch, because if they're throwing away their lunch, it may not be about the lunch. It could be about something else happening at school. And then very importantly, you want to make sure that you let your child know you will not be angry at them if they, for some reason, cannot finish their lunch or they're choosing not to. This is something you may need some professional consult here, but you definitely want to talk to your child about it directly.
You know what I hear there is I hear a lot of work you got to do as a parent to, if you're going to say I'm not going to be mad at you, you actually have to work to not be mad at them.
Yes, absolutely. That's so hard.
Okay, so what do you do about the kid? And I know there are rules at school that you're not supposed to trade food.
Yes.
They all do it.
They do it.
So if they're doing this at school and they're trading and eating other kids' food and not their own, what do you do here?
Well, you know, kids are naturally very curious, and we can leverage this as parents. So I would take this child shopping with you to the grocery store, wherever you shop, and have them show you what are the foods your friends are eating that you're so interested in, snacks, different things like that. And then as well, stay curious yourself. So if your child picks a snack that you may typically not purchase, that's okay. Give it a try, even in one cycle of lunches. Pack it in and see what happens. Talk to your kids about it. Staying curious as a parent about what your child likes is a way to really reduce the stress of what they're eating or not eating at lunch.
Okay, so it's okay if they're not eating their lunch?
Yes, this is a really important point. It is okay if your child does not eat lunch. The reason why we don't calculate children's health or wellness based on by meals, the way we would calculate an adult's diet. Children naturally eat more and less over time at meals and snacks, and they often fill in the gaps. So when we look at their diet over time, they're actually getting nutrients, calories, all the things that they need. It's just not in the way that we expect to see it. So you don't have to worry as much as you may be.
Okay, you can tell I'm really worried.
We're
going to keep talking in the commercial break, Nishta. Thank you so much for all of your help today.
You're very welcome.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.